Good evening, my name is Troy Parrish. I am a sophomore electrical engineering student at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. This video is to demonstrate how I completed Lab 10 of the Physics 2101 lab class. To start, I began by measuring out a length of string and marking on the string each length increment, which were 80 centimeters, 100 centimeters, 120 centimeters, and 140 centimeters. I taped that to a vent hanging off my wall so it wasn't colliding with my actual wall to avoid any friction. I set up the protractor beneath that, and then as I went through the lab, I would pull it back to whatever length I needed to complete this task. For my weight that I used a plastic bag filled with coins to work out to be about a quarter pound. For the first part of the lab, I conducted 3 trials for each length and then measured down the amount of time it took for 10 oscillations of the pendulum to occur. After I did all 3 trials for each length, I would calculate the average of all 3 trials, and once I had the average value, I'd divide it by 10 to know the time period. After I calculated that for each length, I calculated the acceleration due to gravity by using the formula provided. I would plug in all the values and work backwards to solve for g. For the first part, for example, I took my pendulum, pulled it back 10 degrees, and let it go. I used a stopwatch on my phone to measure how long it took to take 10 oscillations. For the second part, I did the same thing, except I did it at 20 degrees and measured from there for how long it took to do 10 oscillations.